Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where we are currently spending a lot on our power plants. And a big part of that is because we don't appear to be capable of spending on investment pool for our power plants, or spending our investment pool for the power plants. So what that does mean is that we should, as soon as we're done with these power plants and building other things, we should start making just a lot of money, in theory. Now, I did want to check in on our laws here, because we did just put in protectionism, right? But that didn't actually change what we can spend our... Okay, that did not change what we can spend our investment pool on. Good. Well, we'll tick on forward here. We need to get these power plants done as soon as we can. And I'm keeping a close eye on our credit versus credit cap. A very close eye on that. We have a lot of weeks here. We may have to pause. We'll see. For the time being, it appears to be okay-ish. Yes. Okay-ish. If we hit, like, 50 million, we'll probably have to pause. I'm hoping... Let's see, that'll be what, like 20 months? A little over 20 months? Or 20 weeks, rather. That should be okay, in theory. 42 weeks on our construction queue. It's a lot of power plants. We've queued up a lot of power plants. Perhaps too many power plants, but there's a lot more behind this that we're going to start spending our investment pool on. So that's good. I'm keeping a close eye on this, and we're constructing at maximum speed right now. I'm hoping that we drive down the power price considerably. That is the goal here. So the main concern is, do we hit our credit cap? And I'm guessing the answer to this to be no. We're 5 weeks away from a number of our constructions finishing. And I think that's going to be basically it as far as we're concerned here. And we're going to be doing much better. Our subsidies have dropped off to 241k. That's great. And we have almost 3 million in our investment pool. Cool. I really do want to start spending down our credit. What is this event? The good word of the revolution? Okay. We're definitely going to get interest group approval. Thank you. 48.9 million. I think we're good. How many of these actually finish up this week? Quite a number, actually, finished up there. Not enough, necessarily. But there we go. Now we're making money because these are drawing from the investment pool instead of drawing from our balance. So that's perfect. As we finish up our power plants, this will get better and better. And a lot of these are pretty close to finishing. We should also start to see our subsidies cost drop dramatically. That's the goal here. Okay. So the power plants are finishing up. We're making a good amount of cash now. And look at all these other things building. Now, they are definitely depleting our investment pool. That is noted. But once we finish up these power plants, things will start to improve for us economically. What is this event? The good word of the revolutionary, or of the revolution again? Sure. That's to be expected. Okay, and we're currently spending down our credit. That is exactly what we want. We will run out of cash in our investment pool soon, to be clear. So when we do, I'm expecting our balance to dip back slightly negative, but hopefully we'll have finished up enough construction here that it will not quite dip negative. Currently it would, but let's see how that plays out. We're only 5k apart right now. And we're going to be finishing up a number of constructions here soon, including a number of power plant constructions. Our last power plant construction is still 18 weeks away. But yeah, we're definitely taking our credit down here, and this is actually looking ideal. This is what I had hoped to see right here, where our investment pool change is less than our balance. That is exactly what I wanted to see at this moment. Where are we paying welfare payments at? It doesn't say where this is. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not sure why it doesn't do that. So a lot of our power plants finished up, but they have not been fully employed, I'm sure. So if we were to look like up here at these buildings, that's the barracks. If we were to look at these buildings here in Pomerania and look at the power plant, yeah, it's barely employed. That's unsurprising. Unsurprising, to be sure. But I do want to check in at the electricity price. So our electricity price is... Is that dropped a little bit? I think it has dropped slightly. Maybe. We'll keep an eye on it. Okay, so the investment pool is depleted at this point. But we're making money, and that's exactly what I want to see. So looking in here, yeah, we've got our states in turmoil, sure. Input goods shortages, not a lot that we can do about that. I mean, we could import some oil here. It's not a ton of oil, but we could import some. Wood, tools, and explosives. Sure, fair enough. Low market access in Baden is something that we should look at fixing. So, that is, of course... Is that... No, that's not being done. Okay. And that's down here where we didn't build up our railroads. Cool. We'll just bring that up. No problem. Cool. So that's underway. What is with this railway? Why is it building here? It is subsidized. Is it set to auto-expand? No, it is not. So is it necessary? No, it is not. This must be something that I unintentionally queued up. Let's not build that. Cool. We are seeing some power plant expansions finishing up still, and that's great. Okay, so looking in at our GDP, we are number one worldwide by how much of a margin? Less than 10 million pounds. Okay. So that is noted. Our GDP per capita is number one by a pretty wide margin. Bremen is the next highest in GDP per capita, funnily enough. Which means that I wouldn't be too upset if they decided to join us. Our relations are currently poor with them. Maybe we should begin improving relations. Okay. In Hanover, things are looking okay. Cool. So we're continuing to spend down our credit, and our interest payments are dropping markedly. I like it. That's very good. Our subsidy costs have dropped off somewhat. Not as much as I was hoping, but somewhat. Okay, sounds good. I also wouldn't mind improving relations with, like, Hamburg. Or rather, this is Schleswig-Holstein. I definitely butchered that, but we can begin working on that. Fantastic. And yeah, market access in Baden is dropping. We are constructing our railway over here. So, how are we doing on our infrastructure there? Yeah, that should do it. We're also incorporating still. So fair enough. Now, I would like to start thinking about dropping our taxation levels soon. But I don't think that now is necessarily the time. I want to get that credit paid down. So that we're making this money and can cut our taxes all the way down to here, ideally. That would be 200k. It would be close. It would be very close. We could almost pull that off if we paid down our debt first. So that is our current goal. Excellent. There's a diplomatic play starting with Switzerland, apparently. What's going on here? Ah, revolutionary Switzerland. We'll lean towards Switzerland. Cool. I'm not going to mobilize. I don't want to pay money for that. That sounds like that would be painful. So we're just going to continue paying down our credit here. I mean, 0.2 million per week means that we will pay this off pretty quickly. In theory. That's not bad. And we're constructing at full bore, as full bore as our auto construction will do. I just want to make sure that these are all still on auto construct, with the exception of urban center not being subsidized, and trade centers, which can't actually be constructed. So, fair enough. And subsistence farms cannot be auto-expanded either. So that's good. Railways were deliberately not auto-expanding. Okay. This looks great. We do have a bit of a wood and explosives lack, as well as ammunition and small arms and ironclads. Wood and explosives, ammunition and small arms. Noted. So I'm going to look at building some logging camps. Let's actually max out Pomerania's logging camps. And let's build Westphalia up to 10. There we go. Now that's going to wipe out most of our surplus. I'm okay with that. We do need the wood. Explosives, glass, tools. We've been working on making tooling workshops and glassworks, naturally. I do think I've not really noticed all that much in terms of chemical plants. Because they're not making money. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, in that case, we probably don't want to expand that. What about munition plants? It would be profitable to build a few of these in Baden. I did not want to build 6. Let's cancel one of those. I meant to build 5. Page 2? Okay, sure. I wish there was a way to go to page 2 on the bottom as well as on the top. That would be nice. We'll cancel this munitions plant. Mechanized farming just unlocked. We will definitely work on upgrading that. But before we do, I want to check in on arms industries. Okay. And once again, I queued up one more than I wanted to. And the easiest way appears to be to do something like this. Oh, did I go to page 1 again? Yes, I did. Okay. There we go. Problem solved. Actually, no, I queued up too many. There we go. Cool. So, we do need a new research here, and we're going to go for plastics for right now, I think. Unless there's something else over here that we really want. Coal-fired plants might not be terrible, but honestly, I think hydropower is better for us at this moment. Let's go for plastics. Okay, and with that in mind, we should also hop into our buildings here, go into the rural buildings, and we can now go up to tractors. Now, that is going to use engines and coal. I expect us to have a pretty major lack of engines. Is there anywhere else that we should upgrade that, other than just rye and wheat farms? No? Okay, let's... I don't think there's anything in the urban areas, but let's check. Yeah, a whole lot of nothing. Cool. Okay, I actually want to double check this. So we just did mechanized farming. Rye farms, wheat farms, maize farms, millet farms, and mechanized slaughterhouses for livestock ranches. I thought I missed something. Okay, so let's go to our livestock ranches, mechanized slaughterhouses. There we go. Okay, so we'll get that going, and we'll see how that affects our price of engines. Engines is definitely something we've been struggling with for a while. Looking at this, I'm going to increase Baden up to 3. I'm going to build 2 in Brandenburg. I'm going to build 2 down here. And I'd like to build 2 in East Prussia as well. We'll see how that goes. Because I expect a very large spike in our engine price. Although our engine price is, I believe, maxed. So it wouldn't be a bad thing to bring that down. So if we go into our market here, and we look at our engines, let's sort by current price. There we go. And then electricity is at plus 60 right now. Okay, engines are at plus 43. Noted. What exactly is this? Services? Okay. Cool. What produces services? Urban centers and subsistence farms. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, so we've got all those logging camps expanding. And our tooling workshops. We're going to be working on our arms industries, our munitions plants. And we're doing pretty well on our finances, considering we're full constructing right now. That's looking very good. I like it. So once that all finishes up, we should see our income pretty dramatically increase, actually. I'm not expecting our subsidies to drop all that much. I'm expecting our goods for military buildings to drop a little bit, but overall this should be mostly a maintenance of the status quo is what we're looking to do here right now. That's mostly what we're looking for. Now, one thing that I'd be interested in seeing is an overemployment map mode. I feel like we are going to be overemployed here. So people are having a hard time getting employed in Prussian Saxony. Work is for everyone. Minus 5% authority. I'm okay with this. We need to get everybody to work. If we look at our population here, we can see we do have 1.5 thousand unemployed people here. But we're probably... Are we having any trouble filling any of these employees? We're not full in our paper mill. Not full in our coal mines, although we're close. Okay, fair enough. So we're doing okay as far as that goes, I guess. There's a battle going on between Radical Bavaria and Bavaria. Cool. That's fine, I guess. And we're definitely seeing our economy heavily outpace France's. Wow. Heavily outpacing. I like it. Like, we are currently 10 times the number 10 GDP in the world. Our GDP is insane. And I chalk this up to the power of deficit spending. That's what this is right now. So we're definitely spending down our debt. That's the downside of deficit spending, right? Once you turn that corner, you got to pay off the debt if you don't want to be paying the interest. So that'll be fine. We are spending that down. It is decreasing. We are at almost 75% literacy, which is pretty good. And our GDP is just soaring right now. We're able to construct with impunity. And that's beautiful. I'm very glad to see this. This is going exceptionally well. So our glassworks are going to be finishing. What else do we have going on here? We've got these input goods shortages. Ironclads are made by shipyards, correct? Yes. And if I recall correctly, we can't build any more shipyards. I believe we're maxed on our number of shipyards. Actually, no, we're not. They just don't make money. Fair enough. So there is a revolution brewing. We do need to look at that. What is going on here? Plus 66. They want to enact migration controls. So we've been looking at this, right? And this will radicalize the industrialists. Which we don't necessarily love. they will not actually cap out here. So they'll get to 66%. And who all is in this? Of course it's these guys again. And the rural folk. Now we're suppressing the rural folk. What are these guys currently unhappy about? Well, we do have very low government wages right now. That's fair enough. What are the rural folk unhappy about? Literally just the fact that we don't have migration controls. Okay. What a bunch of nerds. So we should definitely think about bumping our government wages back up. That does put us slightly in deficit. These guys are now at -1 approval. Okay. Here's my question. Does that actually help us right now? Let's see what happens when they hit 66. -0 per week. If we drop this back down, is this going down? I believe I saw it go down. Watching this bar. Confirmed. It definitely dropped. Now it's going back up. So it's just going to hover around here. As long as we're on low government wages. If we bring up our government wages, that'll change. So I think that our best move here is to stay on low government wages for this moment. If this situation changes, we could have a problem. But for right now, I'm far more interested in paying down our credit. Far more interested in that. So this money going to our creditors is much better for us than putting it into government wages for this moment. We are in a situation right now where if we can get our debt paid off, then we can drop our taxation levels, bump up our wages, and everyone will be instantly so much happier. All we need is a little time, and this revolution is just chillin'. So I think it's fine. Cool. Our construction is still going full bore. I want to note that. Like, this is as auto-expandy as it can auto-expand. We're not maxing out our construction, so that's all good. I note that this is at 65 right now, but that is its cap. So, for the moment, every month, this is going down by 1 million. That's huge. Absolutely huge. We're currently about 3 years out of getting out of debt. I love it. In the meantime, our GDP is continuing to go up, 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 up. And France's GDP has just fallen behind. We've left them in the dust. So our economy is doing great at this point. It is our pop opinions that aren't necessarily the best, but they'll come around once they start actually reaping the benefits of this economy that we've built. To be clear, they are not reaping the benefits right now. And that, I believe, is the reason why they're mildly frustrated, shall we say. Mildly, as they're currently plotting a revolution. They are mildly frustrated, but it's understandable. And I completely get it. I completely get it. We're paying down our credit. Once that's done, this money will begin returning to them. That's the way this is going to work. For now, though, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to keep an eye on this revolution. I don't expect this revolution to actually fire. And we're going to spend down our debt. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including Casserole, ALS Gamer, Kentuin, James, Shadowwolf, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Video Games Are Not Real, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Unisil, Kadra, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.